Blue skies everywhere.
Perfect.
He did so well. One massive cloud blocking the entire Golden Gate Bridge.
Okay, I feel like that could be salvaged.
We are now approaching a dockside landing.
It's so annoying.
Literally looks like I just haven't cleaned my camera lens. US 101 North.
California, here we come. We've just arrived in San Francisco and this is our room for the next few days. It is absolutely stunning. The bed looks so comfy. I love these big windows. And then as you come back through towards the front door, we've got a little closet area, and then this is the bathroom. I love the big mirror. This is going to be so nice to get ready in the morning.
Ooh, further than I thought it was going to be.
Bright outside today.
I don't feel like this one turned out very good. Let's have a look. Okay, I feel like that could be salvaged. It's just one side that's much bouncier than the other. That's not so bad actually.
Paris was not with Jamie. Really? She's totally in love with Jamie. This guy's risking everything. He looks so peaceful.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Karen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to, I believe it's part 4 of the USA road trip. I am currently traveling with my fiance. That's the first time I'm actually saying that. We are doing a road trip of the west coast of the USA. We arrived in San Francisco yesterday. Pretty much all we did was settle into the hotel, grab some dinner, and then went to bed. So today's the proper like day 1. We've got 4 days here. I think we may end up doing a day trip to Napa in that time, and then we will continue up the coast. That's where we're at. Today we are doing sort of like the Fisherman's Wharf area. We've got a tour of Alcatraz booked for this evening around sunset time. The sock curls came out, I think, not too bad. This one was so dreamy when I woke up, but it's such a good hack for when you're traveling because I don't usually have any heat tools, so at least I feel a little bit more put together. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and let's just get into it.
Obviously that's our luck. One massive cloud blocking the entire Golden Gate Bridge. Much easier to tell when there's cars going down. Yes, please. Good morning and happy
happy Sunday. So today we're heading over to the Golden Gate Bridge. I actually want to walk over, so I'm really hoping it's not too foggy today. I also want to get some nice pictures, and then we're pretty much just dotting around for the rest of the day. Yesterday was so fun. I've never actually visited Alcatraz before, but I would highly recommend. It was such a cool experience. Doing it at night when it was really foggy, it was kind of spooky, and we saw some talks. They opened up some extra parts of the prison that they don't usually do during the day, so that was really cool. Honestly, I learned a lot. I didn't really know that much about it before I went, but it was a really cool experience. And then we grabbed takeaway pizza afterwards from Square Pie Guys. It was insane. Such a good gluten-free dough, which I don't get to experience a lot, so I loved it. And then pretty much went to bed, woke up this morning, feel pretty tired, but I'm ready for the day. It's gonna be a good one. Okay, we just arrived and you literally can't even see the bridge. It's that foggy and cloudy, so we're gonna grab a coffee and continue on with the rest of the day and hopefully retry this all in a couple of days. Good morning and happy Monday. We've just arrived in Napa Valley for a vineyard tour and wine tasting, which should be really fun. Even though neither of us are really wine people, we wanted to do something special to actually celebrate our engagement and have a little day trip out of San Francisco, because we're only an hour away from Napa Valley and it just felt like it would have been a waste to not come here. And also the weather in San Francisco at the moment is so variable. It's not as like sunny and hot as we were hoping, so it's nice to just take a little bit of a detour, have some gorgeous weather, and hopefully have a really fun day. So we're a little bit early, we're just waiting for them to open and then we will head on in. I'm also hoping for a little bit of a photo opportunity to get like the official engagement photo. My nails done, my ring on, all that. So that's where we're at the moment.
The skins give you the color and the flavor. You can see very little time on the skins. Savage White Sauvignon Blanc. So anything else, I would be taking this stuff off because it's taking energy away from what I'm trying to do. Is ripen the fruit. It has overhead sprinklers for frost protection. So this is what we propagate with. And just ask Dr. Palmaz. And that goes into a food grade plastic container. Another winery picks it up 3 days a week. So the Katie's Acre Chardonnay and the Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh my god, that's so nice. What was that? That's stunning.
The Wallace Collection in London. The Merlot.
What do you think?
It's fruity.
Okay, I'd say that the wine tasting was actually a massive success. I was kind of anxious that it was going to be a massive waste of time and money, just given that neither of us are particularly wine people. But the other day my brother mentioned it, and obviously we just got engaged, and I figured maybe we should give it a chance because it'll be a nice treat and something new for us to do to celebrate. And I have no regrets. It was such a fun day. So we started off with a tour of the vineyard and all of the wine barrels. They went through the process of making different wines. I'm obviously no expert in the matter, but it was clearly a science to it, and I found it really interesting to learn about. And then we went into the tasting. I had zero expectations because in my very limited experience of trying wine, I have literally never liked it. Every now and again I'll try a rosé and not think it's too bad, but other than that I just have not been a fan. But we ended up tasting I think 11 different wines, a few whites, a few reds and one rosé, and it was actually really good. I will say I'm still not a fan fan of red wine. I could not get on board with most of them, but the whites were really good. Both of us absolutely loved the Sauvignon Blanc, which we did end up buying because we figured we may as well treat ourselves. Let's just go all out. This was extremely like crisp and sweet. I have no idea if those are the right words to describe it, but I really liked that, and I think it's a good kind of like introduction because it was on the sweeter side. And then my second favorite was the rosé. I thought this was amazing, so we got both of those, and then they actually gifted us a bottle of the dry Riesling, which was a top contender of ours. We were actually debating buying that, but they gave it to us as a little engagement gift, which was really sweet of them. So we've got 3 bottles of wine for the rest of the trip to enjoy. I'm gonna do a little bit of googling to see what pairs best with them. I'm hoping some cheese will go well with at least one of them, because I would love to crack open a bottle of wine with a nice cheese board with my fiance. Like, could I sound more grown up right now? Feels so weird to say. And then we went to lunch. I had probably the best pesto pasta of my entire life. It was stunning. It was so good. And now today is our last day in San Francisco. We originally planned to go back to the Golden Gate Bridge and try and redeem that experience, but we've been tracking the weather around there on their live webcam, and it's still so foggy and the clouds are hanging so low, and it's so frustrating because I've been here before, I've seen it, I've got the cheesy photos, but Harry still hasn't actually seen the whole Golden Gate Bridge, and it's arguably the most iconic thing to see in San Francisco, so it's really bugging me that that's the one thing we haven't really experienced properly here. But instead of venturing out and wasting our time just to see a bunch of fog, we're going to stay put and do some planning this morning. We have got pretty much the next week or so organised, but after that we don't have anything booked, so we're going to look through some hotels, book some excursions and day trips, and then tomorrow we are heading to Lake Tahoe, arguably the place I am most excited about on our entire itinerary. I probably say that about lots of places, but I'm so excited. I am envisioning stunning weather, lying by the lake, reading my book, soaking up the sun, because we've been out here for a month now and I have not had a proper beach day or pool day. The weather has been all over the place. It's annoying because right now in England they're having like a 30-degree heat wave, and I'm over here in San Francisco dealing with the microclimates of like walking around, soaking up the sun, feeling toasty one minute, and then in the next block it's windy and cold and foggy and the clouds are really low and it's misty. It's so annoying. I just want some nice weather. So that's where we're at. I will probably pick up the camera again tomorrow. This is absolutely stunning, exactly what I was hoping for. The weather is so nice. They've given us vouchers to go to the beach for a reduced rate, which is so nice because I think they've got like a lakeside beach situation, and we're heading there right now. Okay, I feel like the universe is actually messing with us at this point because I have been going on and on about how all I want is a sunny day to lay by the beach, the pool, the lake, whatever. I'm not fussy. When we arrived in Lake Tahoe today, it was stunning. Blue skies, not a cloud to be seen. It was sunny, the perfect weather for an afternoon by the lake. So we figured we'd grab some lunch because it was like 2-3 p.m. by the time we arrived, and then we went to Target to grab some snacks and little bits and bobs for the next couple of days. And when we came out, it was pouring down with rain, like literal thunderstorms. I just don't understand. It wasn't even in the forecast to rain. I knew it was going to be a bit cloudier this afternoon, but I figured I can deal with that as long as I'm relaxing by the lake. But no, it's a literal thunderstorm out there. So it's now 5:30 p.m. I don't really think there's anything we can do about it. I think we're just going to settle in for the night. I'm going to get some editing done, but I figured I would do a quick Target haul because I'm actually excited about the stuff we got. First things first, we obviously got some corn tortilla chips to have with our dips. So we got the chipotle bitchin sauce. I've heard so much about this. I'm really excited to try it. And then we got this feta and cucumber tzatziki dip, which again, I think is going to be really nice. We seem to have a little bit of an unhealthy obsession with Cheetos. So we got a couple of bags. We got one flaming hot and one original in the crunchy instead of the puffs, which I really like. And then the last couple of bits are kind of random. I really did not want to have my wine in a paper cup, and that's all we've got. So I got this plastic one that I knew would be okay at the lakeside. I think most beaches have rules here that you can't take glass, so I figured that was a happy medium. At least my wine will taste a little bit better than in a paper cup. And then I found this in the dollar spot. It's little picture frame magnets, and I figured I really want to put put our engagement pictures in here for when we move in to our new place when we're back from traveling. And that is everything we got. I'm so excited to try these dips. I have a list of dips that I want to try while we're in the US. Most of them are from Trader Joe's, but I've heard really good things about the bitchin sauce, so I think that's gonna be really yummy. Okay, update. This is absolutely incredible. I'm obsessed. The feta and cucumber tzatziki is really nice, like a very creamy tzatziki, but the bitchin sauce is definitely better. This is looking so promising. Blue skies everywhere. Okay, we ended up having the best couple of days at Lake Tahoe. The weather completely changed around from literal thunderstorms to sunny blue skies. I finally got my beach/lake day, which was stunning. It was honestly dreamy. We just laid there reading our books. I'm currently reading The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I'm only like 40% through, so I don't really have an opinion on it yet, but she never fails me. So I'm enjoying it at the moment. We cracked open a bottle of rosé, and then we went out for food that night and cocktails. It was one of my favorite days of our entire trip for sure. And then yesterday we went to Emerald Bay State Park and did the Eagle Falls and Eagle Lake hike. Honestly, I did not take this into account whatsoever when I was planning our itinerary for this trip, but it was the 4th of July, so it was absolutely manic because clearly loads of people go to Lake Tahoe to celebrate. When we were leaving our hotel, we actually got stuck behind the 4th of July parade. I mean, at the time it was frustrating because we were in so much traffic, but now I'm looking back on it, it was actually kind of comical. So our next stop on the itinerary is Redwood National Park, which is where we're going today. Yesterday we tried to make our lives easier for ourselves and drive, I think, just over halfway. So we're currently in Reading. That took us about 4.5 hours, and I do think that ended up being a fairly good idea because we had no traffic once we were out of Lake Tahoe because of 4th of July. So now we've just got another 3 hours to drive this morning, which is why I'm up so early. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm so tired. Harry actually managed to get us a permit for Fern Canyon yesterday, which I'm so impressed with. He got up on time, set timers, was refreshing the page until we got it. So we're going to be doing that today, as well as a few other walks, which should be really nice. Definitely a bit of a switch up from Lake Tahoe, but it should be a good day. So let's go.